difference between this offseason and last offseason? Because things are looking similar. We get the new offensive coordinator. He says we're going to run something called a spread coach. I was like, wow, this got to be good. I ain't never even heard of that. And then we get Tate Martell, former 5-star quarterback from Ohio State. And we get Trayvon Hill over from Virginia Tech. And we're feeling good. And then we get let down. What's the difference?
That's a great question. I mean, I think in the offseason that should be the question, right? All right, let's take it down in parts. Let's take the quarterback. You turn around and get Tate Martell, and everybody was excited. But now here was the deal when Tate Martell came in. You knew you were going to have a highly contested quarterback race, right? You knew it. It wasn't just that Tate was guaranteed the job. You had a lot of people who picked Jaron Williams for the job. A lot of people picked N'Kosi Perry for the job. A lot of people picked Tate Martell for the. I think it was like almost divided. It was like a 33 and a third thing, right? Like everybody, and then with Tate Martell and everybody in the room, okay, in terms of quarterbacks, it was hypothetical because you didn't really see Tate's body of work, right? You didn't necessarily see Jaron's per se because he didn't play. And then N'Kosi was so helter-skelter, 50%. You had to project upside. You didn't project the actual realism of what was now. Now, I'm going to tell you with De'Aaron King, that's quarterback one. There is no quarterback controversy. There is none. This is a guy that everybody needs to understand that as soon as they announced this, Bovada, the odds makers that be, this is their top 3 current Heisman picks for next year in 2020. Ready? It's Justin Fields, number 1. It's Trevor Lawrence, number 2. It's De'Aaron King in Miami at 3. That's what the odds makers think. So if you think that the odds makers are literally projecting Miami's new transfer quarterback, De'Aaron King, to be a Heisman, and he's not going to run away with the job, he's going to be number 1. So that's different from last year. Now, number 2. Man, I bought into it a little bit too, and I'll put myself on the line, the spread coast, and hoping so much that it was going to resemble what he was at Alabama and that fingerprint, because Alabama was putting up all those numbers and all those yards, and it was a sexy, pretty. That offense that Dan Enos marched out was the same offense he ran when he was at Arkansas. He added a few more RPO components to it that he learned from Alabama, but it was as Arkansas can be. That was the last time he called plays, so it was almost like a little bait and switchy, right? So the whole Canes fans, you know who else got bait and switched? Manny Diaz. You know how I know this? Because he fired the guy after 1 year.
Facts.
All right, so that is something there as well. And in terms of favorability, man, this is the style of offense. If you go back on my timeline and you look like years, I'm talking about it was like for years and years ago, like I've wanted this style of offense for Miami. It's been so long that I've championed just this. Let's just run a spread. Let's just go up tempo. This is so similar and at home to the way high schools perform down here. A lot of them operate in this spread up tempo offense. This is nothing new to them. This is going to put your athletes in space. It's going to simplify reads for everybody. It's just go play. Let's just go. Let's use our athletes, put them in space. And the number one reason why I'm excited about it is we finally are going to have a style of offense in Miami that's going to utilize the humidity to our advantage. These boys run down here all the time, and now you're going to get this team from Boston College. Look, when I watched Rhett Lashley against one of our opponents coming up in one of the series that I broke down, Miami averaged 64 plays a game with Dan Enos. We're about to play Temple. Rhett Lashley played Temple last year. He ran 62 plays and a half. Can you imagine what we're going to do to teams running 62 plays and a half? You better call the paramedics. You better call some of the Miami-Dade paramedics down there to be on standby, because we're going to put a couple of these people in IV watch. So that's how I'm going to sit there and say that's a great question. What was different from last year to this year? This is QB1. There's no QB debate. And that offense was sold like a bill of goods that never materialized. And this is the style of offense that Miami's needed now for going on past the decade.
All right, guys, we got Ro from State of the U. Make sure you check out State of the U. They put out all great articles, film breakdowns, and it's all free. State of the U. Make sure you check it out. Ro, who do you think benefits, besides De'Aaron King,